Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but after seeing the Suicide Squad trailer a couple weeks ago, I really felt like I wanted to do another trailer re-edit, specifically of this project, because after watching it, I just feel like there was a few things that I would have done differently. And while I really love this trailer, there's just a little bit in it that I think is overdone, and I wanted to walk through that. My first concern with the trailer is just how much exposition Viola Davis's character, Amanda Waller, does here up front in the trailer. It just feels like we really have to linger on this scene to learn everything about the film that we presumably need to know for this trailer. And I'm just not sure if that's actually the case. I don't know if we really need all of this dialogue up front. The other issue that I'm seeing is just in terms of the character introductions. They seem so segmented and fragmented throughout the trailer, which I guess from an event standpoint, thinking that this was edited together for, first and foremost, a large crowd in a room to introduce them to the footage for the first time, I suppose that it kind of makes sense, but on a larger scale, I just think that we could have done with more abbreviated introductions to each of these characters to almost tease at it instead of showing us so much. The perfect example is Harley Quinn here, who is played by Margot Robbie, and there's so much footage and it just keeps seeming to go back to her. And while I love it and I think that it fits really well with the soundtrack, I'm just not sure that it's really all necessary. And then there's some melodramatic lines that are kind of strewn throughout here in this middle segment. Of course, Will Smith giving away that they are named the Suicide Squad, and I just don't know that in a way it breaks the fourth wall for me a bit, especially seeing the footage for the first time. And so there's just some things that I would have opted to leave out, and you'll see that reflected in my edit. This next section is really largely the strongest part of the trailer in my mind, and you'll notice that it didn't really work to change too much of this. There's just a couple minor things that I felt personally would have worked better with the flow.
You're in so much trouble.
And as we get toward the end here is where I feel like we are shown a little bit too much again. But starting here with this line from Boomerang and this exchange from Harley, specifically of the Joker character here toward the end, I just feel like we don't need as much of this build-up to the Joker, and I feel like we actually get a little bit too much of him, and I just wish that it had been a little bit less prominent toward the end of the trailer here, and you'll see how I would have handled that in my edit. Anyway, fantastic art direction in this film. I'm really excited about it, but there's just some things I believe I would have done a little bit differently, approached a little bit differently in terms of how I would have put this together, and like I said, mainly in terms of probably just not giving away as much. And anyway, there are certain limitations that I deal with trying to re-edit these. All the audio is locked down, so I have to make the best cuts possible and do the best job I can kind of flowing those sections together. So anything that seems a little bit off, it likely is. Really looking forward to this. Anyway, take a look at my edit. Thanks.
I want to assemble a task force of the most dangerous people on the planet.
It's taken some work, but I finally have them.
The worst of the worst. Maybe Superman was some kind of beacon for them to creep back from the shadows.
What makes you think you can control them?
Let's just say I put them in a hole, threw away the hole.
Where?
Which started the whole Are you the devil? But I didn't see.
All you need to know is you work for me.
That the joke was on me.
Let's go save the world.
I started to cry. We started the You're in so much trouble. Hope you got insurance.
Know what they say about the crazy ones?
Huh? If I'd only see.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really